beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of music. A dimension of comedy. A dimension of brotherhood. You've just crossed over into WTF Nation Radio.
WTF Nation Radio, WTF Nation Radio, WTF Nation Radio, WTF Nation Radio.
And welcome back to another WTF Wednesday here with Jim being your host, being co-hosted tonight with Pookie.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Pookie? And of course, we got Mom here on the line with us. Kind of
hey, y'all.
I love it when she says that. Just makes me want to go out and tip cows. I love it. Hey, welcome. This is WTF Nation Radio. Like I said, this is your host, Jim Beam, and we are the voice of U.S. Army What the Fuck Moments, and we appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. We got some jams we'll play for you and stuff like that. We'll go Facebook Live probably about 15 minutes before the top of the second hour. So we'll have everything ready. So when our guest comes on tonight from Combat Wounded Coalition, we'll have Mr. Redmond on here with us, Jason. Jay, some people call him. I take. It's a pretty badass dude. Read a little bit over his bio, man. He's a Navy SEAL. Was in the SEALs for quite a while. I think he spent 11 years as an enlisted man, and then went over 10 years as an officer. And was injured in Fallujah in Iraq in 2007. And he'll be here to talk about his organization that he founded and what they're all about. So you guys stick around for that. And like I said, they'll be here at the top of the second hour. And like I said, in the meantime, we're going to talk a little and play a little music. And then, like I said, then we'll go to the Facebook Lives. And, we don't upset Mr. Zuckerberg, with our music. He likes to kick us off there if we play too much of it. So what's up, Pookie, man? What do you think about things going on in the country? I mean, the latest thing here, what we got is Donald Trump was down in Arizona, had a little speech going on down there.
Yeah, I was keeping up with that. It's crazy. I mean, I don't understand these protests, but I mean, it's just, whatever.
Hey, I do. It's fine. You can protest. I have no problem with it. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can call in, give me your opinion right here on the show, 415-889-8367. That's 415-88-WTFNR. But, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you do it in a civilized and orderly manner. I mean, once you get out there and get out of control. And I'm amazed by the people that go out and protest about things. And their demonstrations are worse than what they're protesting about. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with going out and having your voice heard and expressing your opinion. Not everybody's going to agree on everything. Not everybody thinks the same way. Not everybody has the same opinion. You know, some people like chocolate ice cream. Some people like vanilla. You know, there's people like me. I'll take swirl 9 times out of 10. But you know,
Yeah, I feel you.
but it's just you know, that's the way it is. But uh, what makes you an adult and responsible citizen is how you conduct yourself. You know, and just because you don't believe in what I believe doesn't mean I have the right to bust you upside your head with a ball bat or throw rocks at you. Till I beat you into submission, and you're going to come around to my way of thinking.
It don't work like that though. I mean, that's how the Nazis did it, and a lot of these people are like, I'm anti-fascist, but you know, they're doing the same shit the Nazis did back in the 30s.
Well, you're right, and I mean, think back a few years ago. I think it's been that long now. Where I think it might have been at Berkeley, where they were having the protest there, and the college professor was actually trying to stop students who were filming and recording, who were on the opposition of what they were representing, tell them they didn't have a right. Well, wait a minute. You're saying, Harlan, you have the right, the First Amendment right to express your opinion, but now you're saying because this person doesn't agree with you, and they're videotaping and interviewing for the school paper or for their own personal blog or whatever they're doing in the world. You know, you call for somebody to come and remove him because don't he have that same right as you?
Yeah, it's not a one-way street. It's two ways, and I don't understand it. Like the one side is just they're more oppressive than anything that I've seen.
So, like I said, you know, I got my opinions, and we can sit down. I'm the kind of guy, man. You know, we sit down and discuss something. We can argue, we can raise our voices, elevate them, and when it's all said and done, we're gonna go have a drink or a cup of coffee or eat dinner or whatever, because you got a right to your opinion, and you might convince me of some things, you might not.
Yeah, that's how democracy works.
But you know, you just can't, you know, take over the streets, stop traffic, and I'm not so sure they did all that. But I mean, it's done in the past, you know, blocking the interstates and stuff like that. In my opinion, now you're taking the civil liberty of Joe Q. Public. He's trying to get to work, and now you keeping him from being a productive citizen, going to work may cost him his job because he's late. I mean, you know, that's not right. It's not right to him. You know, what did he do to you? Just because you got a difference of opinion on what you're out there protesting. But like I said, it's I don't know. I guess it's all about self-respect and respect. And when I grew up, that's just what I was taught was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir, that type of thing. And you know, I was lucky. I had a good set of grandparents and some good parents. But you know, I was always taught, you know, that initially, when you contact somebody you don't know, and you address them as sir or ma'am, and you show common courtesy, it's not because you respect that person, because you don't know them enough to respect them, but it's about out of self-respect for yourself that you do that. And then if you get to know the person, and then you have respect for them on a different kind of level. But you understand what I'm saying? So I mean, that's just the way that I was taught. You know, you don't know the person, you don't have to have respect for them, but show respect, because by showing them respect, it's respecting yourself.
Yeah, the golden rule: treat people the way you want to be treated.
Not bust them in the eye until they think like you do, right? Although I would like to throat punch a couple of motherfuckers.
You attract more bees to honey.
Ah, yeah, I always heard that too. Get a whole lot more with sugar and honey you do piss and vinegar. I don't. You might get a lot more flies with the piss and vinegar, but I think the sugar and honey may bring bees and shit like that. I don't know. And then there's the other side. You know, I mean, you got to look at Donald Trump's talking about he's going to shut the government down if they don't fund his wall. I mean, that's kind of horse shit. I mean, I understand where he's coming from, what he's saying, but What part of government is he going to shut down? Your people up there, your representatives, your congressmen, the House of Representatives and the Senate. They're they're all congressmen, but some of them are representatives, some of them are senators, or congressmen. They're all congressmen. One's Senate and one's representative. But anyway, I get confused on it sometimes. But I think I circled my way out of that hole. But we're going to send them home? Hell no. We're going to send some schmuck down the VA home. Or some guy,
Yeah.
some guy over at the Department of Defense. Surely it won't be the fucking aircraft mechanic that works on Air Force One. But anyway, I don't know. Just talk a little bit about things that are in the news lately. I really hadn't got to watch a whole lot of news. I actually caught that because I woke up 2:00 this morning, and I was awake, so I turned the news on and started watching it. Been kind of busy, so I've been
Yeah.
getting behind on my current affairs. And I don't know what's going on with the NFL now. The national, they don't want to look at, salute the flag or whatever. Everybody wants to sit down.
I don't agree with that at all.
No, hey, listen. I understand you have a right to have your opinion, just like I've already stated. You have a right to protest in the way you want to protest in a certain manner, as long as it's not causing harm to other people. But there's just certain things you don't do. It's like the Hillsboro Baptist Church. You don't go out and protest a funeral. I mean, that's fucking. There's no taste in that. You shouldn't use anti-patriotism to get your point across. And I say anti-patriotism because I say it this way. The reason initially, now I believe this, that individuals refuse to stand. I think it's Westboro Baptist Church, whatever they're called. I think initially the reason that they didn't do it because it draws attention to, because it's a big thing. You know what I mean? If I say, well, I refuse to eat dinner tonight, nobody's really going to know about that unless somebody comes to your house and they do a special. I refuse to go to a certain place. Nobody's going to know that unless you put it out there. But say, oh, well, I'm not going to stand for the national anthem. That's going to cause problems. That's why a lot of these people burn flags, because they know it's going to cause problems. They know that the patriotic people are going to get upset, and you're trying to push their buttons. Is what they're doing it for. End of story. So I agree. Is there issues out there? Let's talk about them. Let's fix them. Let's do what we can. But I mean, I don't think sitting down during the national anthem is going to fix race issues. If that's why you're sitting down. A lot of people say, well, it's a racial divide. Well, guess what? Stop being part of the divide. Start being part of the healing power.
Yeah, I was just about to put on that. It seems like what I've seen over the last year and a half, it seems like we're divided as a nation, and like certain people want that, but can't really help it.
Mark Blue Eye said something about you should work for the government. You know so much. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Maybe I do. I may be one of the men in black. You never know. No, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Go out and approach people and shake their hand. And I mean, I dislike people. There's a lot of people I don't like. It has nothing to do with their skin color, their nationality, their race, their creed, or anything else. A lot of it has to do with their attitude, their demeanor.
I'm always confused with the whole protest thing. As much energy as they put into battling each other, don't you think they would do a positive thing? Like, hey, I'm going to rebuild this neighborhood, or I'm going to build a house for a homeless person, and this is for this cause. It would probably bring more positive attention to light.
For sure. And there's people out there, but that's the problem. See, you always heard the thing: the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's not really a good thing. That's like saying, the old Chinese proverb or supposed Chinese proverbs, "May you live in interesting times." That's a curse. It's not a blessing or I guess I don't know what the word would be to say or wishing you well. It's supposed to be a curse. Hope you live in an interesting time, which means I hope you have troubles in your life.
Yeah.
Where am I going with this? I done forgot what we were talking about. That's pitiful. But what were we talking about?
We were just talking about the protests and the respect value and everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I talked myself in a circle and forgot where I was at. But I'm just saying try instead of hating, try to do something different. And,
Positive protests.
Yeah, no, that's what I was
Martin
getting at.
Luther
The squeaky wheel gets the grease, and I guess that's where I was getting at is it's always the bad apple runs the bunch. You got all these cliches and these old sayings, but it's the I would say probably 80% of the rest of the public that's not being portrayed in this. It's the 20 maybe 25%. And that's not the entire United States. That's not a representation of everybody and how everybody feels. And I don't have any numbers to substantiate that, but that's just the way I feel. You have one group that feels this way, one group that feels this way. They're all the way. They're polar opposites. They're all the way to the left of one spectrum, all the way to the right of the other, and that's all that the news reports about, talks about, because that's newsworthy. I went to a motorcycle rally a few years ago, and I was in a Facebook group for some motorcycle riders. It was just anybody across the country could join this club. It wasn't really a club, but this Facebook group, and because the common interest was motorcycles. And I traveled down late to the rally. I didn't go. I went a couple days later after it started because, excuse me, I was working. And so there was a gentleman on the in the group that was having a cookout. And so when I was going through, I stopped at his house. And I was the first person that stopped in. I talked to him and I said, "Yeah, I'm going to head down the rally. I'm going to try to find me a hotel because I didn't book one and I hope I can find one." He said, "You don't need a hotel. I got a room right here in my house and you're more welcome to stay as long as you want." So I went down to the event, and I went back and I stayed with that guy and stayed there for 3 days. I'd only met him. We talked in his backyard for about 3 hours. I'm white. He's black. I didn't know that guy. He didn't know me. But we had common things: motorcycles, prior military. You know what I mean? And it didn't bother me. It didn't bother him. So it's just I just don't understand the mentality of a lot of people. It's mind-boggling. You know what I mean? You got to have respect for yourself before you can have respect for others. And I think that's where it comes from. A lot of it's ignorance, being raised to be ignorant.
I think a lot of it has to do with the college system these days too.
I don't know if it goes that far. I'll be honest with you. I think that the American citizen has been stupefied in from elementary school on through high school over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
They've dumbed them down. They have dumbed them down.
Well, I was about to say my roommate have a daughter that's 6th grade, right? And they don't even teach cursive writing anymore. They don't teach, like the basic stuff, like the stuff she's learning now. I was like, man, I was learning that shit in 3rd grade, and it's just amazing.
I agree with you. It is. I mean, I remember when my daughter was still in school, she come in, she got on the computer, and she looked something up online, and she printed it out because she said she had a report to do. So she got on the computer, and she was there 20 minutes, and she printed it out, and I'm like, don't you got to write a report up on it? No. I said, well, what are you doing? All I had to do was go online and find the information and print it out and show that I was capable of finding the information. What?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
how
that's
do?
insane.
What are you going to do if somebody sets the reset button and there is no computer, there is no World Wide Web?
Oh God,
How you gonna get
these kids
information
today would
in?
lose their shit.
I mean, what
No,
have
they
you
would,
learned? What do you know? I mean, I remember coming in and having to get the encyclopedia off the shelf and thumb through it and read about things and go down to the public library and read about things and then write a report in my own words. Boy, I'd have loved to throw it up on a Xerox machine and took a copy of it in.
hell to the yeah, that would have been awesome back then.
You know.
We used to have to state references and everything back in the day. They don't even have to do that anymore.
Exactly. If it wasn't your words, you had to put in there, put your little footnotes in and reference where it came from and everything else. I mean, my brother's kids. I mean, third grade out in California, sent a note home, said if your daughter doesn't bring her calculator tomorrow, she'll be suspended from school for not participating. What?
Third grade didn't need a calculator.
Yeah, they were. Instead of teaching them, their multiplication, their times tables, and division, they had to bring their calculator to school.
That's sad. That's very sad.
So it is. Oh man. Anyway,
That's the way the kids act with these like cell phones and stuff. You know, you take them away for like 5 minutes, they start like jittering, like they're getting off a like cocaine addiction or something.
they're all. Man, I'll tell you what, man. I'll be honest with you. I live in a pretty nice neighborhood, and I think I might see maybe 2 or 3 kids a month outside.
They're not allowed to play outside anymore.
And most of the time, that's only like if one of the neighbors or stuff out there, and they come out and get in the pool, and they hardly do that. You know what I mean? So
I saw a joke about the eclipse. It said, you know, the first time in 10 years you see millions of kids outside.
Really, except for when that Pokemon craze came about and they was getting run over by traffic and shit.
Oh yeah, that was insane.
That like came in and went out fast. I think some people are still doing it, but it's not as widespread as it was.
No, I was in Culpeper, Virginia about 2-3 weeks ago, and there's a bunch of like kids walking around still playing. I was trying to figure out what they were doing. They looked like zombies walking around, and I was like, oh, they're playing that Pokemon stuff.
Now, depends on what that mom looks like. I might poke him, mom. Alrighty, I think I'm gonna play a little music right now. So we'll be right back. And man, I'm gonna go back a little bit here. See if y'all know. Anybody know who Apollonia was?
That's beyond my time, man.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm an '80s baby, man.
I'm gonna hit her up here just a little bit.
WTF Nation Radio
is in the house.
I can croon to. Catch my drift. That'll work. That's right, I can't control it. I need 7 inches or more. Tonight I can no longer hold it. Get it up, get it up. I can't wait anymore.
It's time to jam. Nasty girls, dance, dance, dance. It's time to jam. Nasty girls, dance, dance, dance.
Is that it? Wake me when you're done. I guess you'll be the only one having fun.
This is WTF Nation Radio.
That's right. This is WTF Nation Radio. This is What the Fuck Wednesday. And some of you people are saying, what the fuck is that music? That's some of that shit from like the 80s, man. That's some of that Apollonia and some Vanity Six there. That's some of the Prince girls there that Prince kind of got in behind and did some shit with. He might have got in behind and did some shit with them.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Speaking of which, I got to put this out, man. I can't help it. This goes out to my girl Spanky. Much love. I hope you're listening.
Live From the basement to the Pentagon, this is WTF Nation Radio.
Come meet Mr. Miyagi. Come meet Mr. Miyagi. Come meet Mr. Miyagi. Come meet Mr. Miyagi.
WTF Nation Radio.
This is Randy Couture, and you're listening to the WTF Nation Radio.
Got all of them fucking telling me to go fuck yourself.
So he's a potato. Okay.
Does it count if I had an internship with the FBI?
Well, it's not my fault you chose to be a single mother.
Played Russian roulette with a gun in my mouth. I got punched so hard that my hair fell out. Got punched so hard that my hair fell out. Got punched so hard that my hair fell out. Got punched so hard that my hair fell out.
Yeah, Punched So Hard My Hair Fell Out remix. Hell yeah, I love it.
Wow.
What's up? Did you ever get punched so hard your hair fell out?
No.
Whoo, doggies, I love it. That's some good stuff right there.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Classic. No wonder.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Well, I love licking ass.
I want me some glory hole.
Okay.
Oh.
Jerry Jones.
I want me some glory hole.
Okay.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Yeah, Jerry, shut up. Oh, we got a guest coming on tonight here in just a few minutes from Combat Wounded Coalition. His name is Jason Redmond. He'll be here to talk about his foundation there, his organization that he founded, and the good they're doing. So, guys, tune in for that here in about 15 minutes or so. They'll be joining us. In the meantime, we'll talk about tomorrow night, August the 24th, Thursday, on the Sergeant's Time show. Woo! Dan from Action Figure Therapy will be here, and he's coming on Sergeant's Time to discuss the recent controversy that's been going on over at Action Figure Therapy on the Facebook page. That has a lot of his followers upset. So, you know, Action Figure Therapy is well known for their comedic YouTube videos, and they use action figures, and it's very hilarious. So y'all tune in tomorrow and find out what's going on with Dan and Action Figure Therapy and what all the controversy is there, because he is coming over to talk about that on Sergeant's Time tomorrow night. And then this Friday, the 25th, Garrett Goodwin from American Heroes and Camp Thrive, he will be on to talk about his latest project. And so y'all want to tune in for that. He's an Army veteran and a law enforcement officer and a medic. Wore many hats. So yeah, you want to tune in to Friday, and Mr. Goodwin will be here to talk about his organization as well. And then 28th on Monday, John and Allison I always mess their name up. Purevoy from Roses Unread. I guess Allison does the vocals, and her husband John does the guitar playing, and they'll be on Monday the 28th. And as always, you can go over to WTFNationRadio.com and vote for or not someone for the monthly competition for the Warrior of the Month. So be sure to hit that. You can always come to WTFNationRadio.com and listen to us with our live streams at 2000 hours every night, Eastern Standard Time. Did I miss anything, Pookie?
Not that I can think of. You did a good job of that.
All right. And always don't forget to come check us out. Got a little bit of a pause. So I'll tell you what I'm doing. While I'm setting up for Facebook Live, we're gonna we'll play a few songs here, and I'll get Facebook Live ready to up and load, and then we'll come back and talk a little more until the guest comes on. And hope you enjoy some more of this song selection I got going on here. Because it is What the Fuck Wednesday, and I just about play everything, anything, including the kitchen sink. So we'll be right back.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Coalition.org. Support the sacrifice that built America. Help our combat wounded warriors find pride, power, purpose, and peace.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
That's right. This is WTF Radio. This is WTF Wednesday with your host, Jim Beam, and we are the voice of U.S. Army What the Fuck Moments. We have on the line with us our guest tonight, Mr. Jason Redmond from Combat Wounded Coalition. How you doing, sir?
Jim, I'm doing awesome. How are you guys tonight?
Oh, I'm doing excellent. Glad that we've got you on tonight. I apologize that I missed you last week.
Hey, it's all good, man. Everybody's running crazy schedules, trying to make things happen. So, the great thing about us military people is we're good at being flexible, Semper Gumby.
Yeah, you have to. Sometimes you just got to change course there sometime. Well, I'd like to welcome you to the show, and I guess we'll just start from the very beginning here. If you would, tell us a little bit about yourself and your organization and what you're about, to kind of introduce yourself to our listening audience.
Yeah, no problem. So I served 21 years in the Navy with the SEAL teams. Came in 1992, went through SEAL training in 95, served in all East Coast SEAL teams, both pre 9/11 and post 9/11. Deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan, and I got severely wounded on my Iraq deployment in 2007. Deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan operation to go after a high value on my Iraq deployment. Deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan operation to go after at least 8 times between my body armor and body. I took 2 rounds in the on my Iraq deployment. Deployed to which obviously started a whole new mission of getting put back together. And that took about 4 years and 37 surgeries to go through that process and ended my operational career. And along that path, while they were putting me back together, in 2007 and 8, 9, 10, 11 was my last surgery. But in the beginning in 2007, I attracted a lot of attention. Taking a high caliber round to the face obviously does a lot of damage. I lost the bullet. A lot of people think, God, how'd you survive? But the bullet actually caught me. Everything hit me head on at first. And then I stood up to move back to the only point of cover. And that's the round that actually got me in the face. It caught me directly in front of my, right about where your jawbone meets, in front of your ear. And that's where the bullet struck me. And it traveled through my face and exited my nose and the right side of my nose. So it took out my right cheekbone, took off almost my entire nose. It vaporized my orbital floor. It broke all the bones above my eye and shattered my jaw. So needless to say, when I was out and about in public, I attracted a lot of attention. And back then, it frustrated me to no end that I would meet people who did not. It didn't even enter their mind. We had been at war for 6 years at this point, and it didn't even enter their mind that somebody that looked like me with these grievous injuries, possibly could have been injured fighting for their freedom overseas. So, I don't know, probably early 2008, I was coming back from a surgery in airports, which obviously airports are always a great place to get lots of stares and gawks. And I just got frustrated, man. I had had enough. I got tired of people staring at me. I got tired of people not knowing what had happened. And I went home and I sat down on the computer and I went on one of these T-shirt websites and basically made my own T-shirt. And I said, stop staring. I got shot by a machine gun. It would have killed you. And I put an American flag on the back and I called it Wounded Wear. And I started wearing that shirt and a couple others that I made everywhere I went. And people said, gosh, you're on to something here. You should do something with that. You're probably not the only one that feels that way. So that led to the creation of Wounded Wear, the nonprofit organization. And it was our mission to raise awareness of the sacrifice that so many of our brothers and sisters have made to raise that awareness with the American people, that there are a lot of young men and women that were out there fighting for their freedom and getting injured for their freedom. And we also wanted to provide Wounded Wear clothing to other wounded warriors. The organization grew, and we started doing events. One of our first big events was our Jumping for a Purpose event, where we were taking wounded warriors skydiving, showing them that their life did not end just because they'd been injured, that if they were willing to push themselves, we would push them out of a perfectly good airplane and do it in a big festival type atmosphere. So we have now jumped about 350 wounded warriors and family members. And we also launched our Toast to the Heroes program, where once a year we bring in wounded warriors and families of the fallen from across the country and put them up in a beautiful hotel right on downtown Norfolk, right on the water, and just give them a great weekend. And we honor their sacrifice at a great black tie gala, and obviously no cost to any of our wounded warriors or families of the fallen that we bring in. And then in 2015, we started looking at what can we do more? Where are some of the gaps that are out there? And we knew that there's a lot of nonprofits. There's actually about 40,000 veteran nonprofits. And from my experience as a wounded warrior, from experiences working with other wounded warriors, we were noticing a trend that there's a lot of great organizations, but a lot of times guys and gals aren't aware they're out there. The flip side of that coin, there's a lot of organizations that don't know how to connect with the individuals that they want to provide services to. So we launched the Combat Wounded Coalition in 2015 to help facilitate that mission. That when we had wounded warriors that would come to us, and we would find out what else they needed, and we would look for organizations that could fill that need. And we started partnering with organizations because we wanted to make sure we fully understood what they were doing, what they support, and that their money went for the mission. We vetted them to make sure that they were a good organization and that they had the funding to be able to follow through on what they say their mission was. So that's what we've been doing for the last couple of years. We still have the Wounded Wear line. We're actually going to be launching next week. We've partnered with Ranger Up, and the Wounded Wear line is now going to be Ranger Up's helping us produce it. So we've got 5 brand new Wounded Wear designs that are coming out next week. And Wounded Wear clothing, obviously, the proceeds go back to support the mission. And then we have the Combat Wounded Coalition, and we are developing and launching next year something called the Overcome Academy, a leadership, resiliency, and communication curriculum to get wounded warriors back out in their community as leaders. So to teach them structure, task and purpose, leadership, how to build that structure in the civilian world, how to speak civilian, how to tell their story, how to get in front of kids and tell their story, because I think some of our kids out there need some stories and resiliency and leadership. And the fact that, guess what, the world's not always fair, but you still got to drive forward. You can't just sit back and, go hide in a safe space somewhere. The real world doesn't work that way. So there you go. That's me, Jason Redmond, Wounded Wear, Combat Wounded Coalition, and brand new Overcome Academy in a nutshell.
Wow. That's I was kind of looking through your website there, and one thing that caught my attention was you posted right there that 83% of what you get goes back into the program. I was kind of impressed with that. I was thinking, 17 cents out of $1 gets taken out for administrative, advertising, whatever it may be, and that I think that's a pretty astronomical feat to be able to put 83%. Is that the right number? 83% back into the organization.
Yep, we run a very lean organization. I mean, I got a huge shout out to my staff. We have a very small staff of 4, and we rely on some incredible key volunteers, a couple of people on contract, but nobody in the organization is making anywhere near they could make in the outside world. They do it because they believe in our mission, and they believe in our veterans and our wounded warriors and that sacrifice. Virtually everybody in the organization is either a veteran or they were married to a veteran, but everybody has a connection back to the military, and that's why they're so passionate about it.
Right. And I just want to bring that up because you have it transparent right there on your webpage over at combatwoundedcoalition.org, and with things in the past with different organizations being in the news and talking about where the money was going or wasn't going, I just want to put that there for the people listening to feel confident to try to go ahead and support your organization with the full knowledge that the majority, the lion's share of your donation is going for what it's supposed to be going for. And if you think you can operate a business on 17 cents out of $1, I used to have my own business, and would be pretty tough if that's all I could manage my business on. And so I think that's a very nominal number to be able to keep an organization such as yours up and running. So.
Well, Jim, thank you, and thanks for highlighting that for everybody. We're definitely very proud of our ability to do that. As we grow, we'd like to increase that number. We've got some unique things that we're doing, the Overcome Academy being one of them, and the way that we're going to fund that's hopefully even going to increase our donation percentages. Yeah, Jim, you make a point. I was talking to a friend about this the other day. I also have a for-profit business, my speaking and consulting company, and it is a for-profit business is so much easier than a nonprofit. Just the amount of paperwork and transparency and everything you need to have with the organization. It's just it is a ton of work for people out there who have done it. I applaud them.
I do. We talk with different organizations that that come on and supporting our veterans, and we always say, there's something out there for everyone, and this is another organization here that's there for veterans to get out and to live life. Things are not over after the military and after injuries, and especially when you have organizations like yourself that come in here and you're transparent about what's going on with your money, what you're doing for the people, and people can feel confident as far as contributors that their money's going where they feel like it should go, because that's why they're donating for, to help support their fellow brothers in arms, and even if they're civilians, there's a lot of people that really are patriotic and like to help the veterans out. And I know a lot of them. That's the only reason I brought up. I know a lot of them have lately in the last few years have heard about different organizations and things like that. So I don't want to keep harping on it, but I think it's a great thing that you got going there. And I know on your page you can donate there. You can purchase some clothing items and also sponsor someone to be able to take that leap out of that perfectly good airplane.
Yeah, that's right. We got our next Jumping for a Purpose coming up on September 30th. So we get it's kind of a fun event. And the way we do it, we have people who can individually sponsor a warrior, or we have someone who can actually sponsor the entire plane load. And it's just kind of a neat way that companies or individuals can really have a connection with that individual that's going to jump out of that plane. I mean, we encourage all our sponsors to actually come to the event and meet that warrior who's jumping and get to know them and hang out with them. So it's really a lot of fun. And I did want to mention, Jim, that for anybody out there who's listening, or you are a wounded warrior, you have a friend that's a wounded warrior, I want to clarify what our definition of a wounded warrior is. So who is eligible to receive services from us? So obviously a Purple Heart recipient meets our criteria, no doubt about it. But we also serve individuals who were injured training for war. And I know those of you who are listening that have gone through that VA disability process, if you get injured in a combat unit training for war, the VA actually rates that injury as combat related. So we view that as a combat injury also. And then the last one, of course, which is the lion's share of so many of our so many of the 9/11 forward warriors, is traumatic brain injuries and post-traumatic stress that links back to combat operations. So those are the individuals who we are providing services to, not to ever downplay anything that any other veteran out there has done. But we decided that our focus was specifically going to be for our combat wounded warriors. So if you're out there and you're interested in learning more about us, if you go to combatwoundedcoalition.org, you look up at the top of our website on the right side, there's a spot that you can click on as a warrior, and then you can fill out the paperwork that tells us who you are, what you're looking for. We will need you to provide us a copy of your DD-214. We want to make sure that everybody is legitimate and meets our criteria. And I'd love to tell you that we've never had a problem with that, but we actually have had some people that have tried to receive services that were not, that were total fakes. And thankfully, due to our due diligence, we figured that out. So anybody out there, if you're a wounded warrior, if you're interested in learning more about us or signing up for some of our things, if you want to jump out of a plane, if you want to learn more about the upcoming Overcome Academy, check us out, combatwoundedcoalition.org.
I'll just sit here trying to think of some questions I want to ask you so much. As you were just talking about the Overcome Academy, is it the way you said it?
Yep.
Okay. What exactly does that entail?
So the Overcome Academy, I'll be perfectly honest, man. It is born out of my experiences, and the bottom line is, I led a very unique military career. Not just saying that I was a SEAL. I was an enlisted SEAL, and then I became an officer. I got myself in trouble as a young officer. I kind of lost my way as a young leader. Started, instead of really focusing on leadership by example, I don't know what I was thinking. I just kind of lost myself as a leader, and all that kind of came to a head where I made a bad call on a mission, and I fought it, and basically I almost found myself in a position where I was on the verge of getting myself kicked out of the military. Thankfully, I had some people that believed in me. I humbled myself, and I rebuilt myself back up into a successful leader by focusing on all the key things that are absolutely critical for a combat leader. Leadership by example, that servant leadership, the focus on the mission and the man yourself always last. So that road that I walked, and then suddenly, about the time that I'd really redeemed myself, had a very successful deployment in Iraq after some of that stuff happened. I went to Ranger School, so I wear the Ranger tab also for all our Army WTF brothers out there. And I learned a lot at that point, this trajectory, this journey of leadership. And got to the end of that Iraq deployment. Of course, I was wounded, which started a whole nother journey of understanding leadership and overcoming adversity. And one of the things that I talk a lot about is that you can lead in any situation, and even from a hospital bed. It's just how you carry yourself and how you project, that positive mental attitude. So all these things were things that I was starting to speak on with companies, teamwork, overcoming adversity, all these different things. There were things that I wrote about in my book. And I was talking to some other wounded warriors, and one of the common themes that I started seeing after I retired, and I felt it, and I would think that there's probably a lot of there's probably a lot of veterans who maybe listen to this that may feel the same way. But one of the biggest things that I felt a little lost when I got into the civilian world. And a lot of that had to do with the lack of structure. The military is such a structured environment. And when you get out, you got to create your own structure. And a lot of times when you don't have a unit, you no longer have a mission, you no longer have all those things, standard operating procedures, warning orders, all these things that make the military function. When you don't have that on the outside, you've got to create it on your own. And a lot of times, a lot of our veterans that I've seen kind of struggle with that. And maybe they go work for another company and they struggle because that company doesn't necessarily do things like the military either. And, they get out there and they start, making fun of people in the way that we do in the military, those shenanigans. And, they look at you like you've got, a horn growing out of your head. So all those things were leading to us finding all these guys and gals who were getting out and they were really struggling. They would find a job and they would only hold it for about 6 months, and then they would leave that job and they would just say, I just don't connect with these people, with the civilian world. So that led me to start doing a lot of research on statistics, because when you went back and you looked at the World War II generation, those guys came back from war and they assimilated back into American society, and they became leaders in many different aspects of business, community, even in politics. And the facts prove this. The statistics show that for the World War II generation, 50% of World War II vets came home and started their own businesses. And currently, I believe it's Pew Research that did a study, we have 3.6 million 9/11 veterans. And currently, right now, only 4.5% of that 3.6 million have started their own businesses. So there's a huge disconnect. I mean, we're talking 50% after World War II and only 4.5% now. And I personally feel that we need, we are at a time in our nation when there's so much division, there's so much hate, that we need our military members, our veterans, to get out there and lead, to set the example. We all learn in the military that it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter, what you believe. We all focus together on accomplishing the mission. And I think that this nation needs that. I think it needs people who can bring people back together and focus on a mission, focus on overcoming, focus on, leadership. And I think this country's starving for good leaders. And our veterans have that capability. They just may not know it. So that really became the genesis of the Overcome Academy. How do we teach? I'm focused on our wounded warriors because I feel like every one of them has a story. And I want to teach them how to build that structure in their life, how to lead themselves, how to build a fitness program around to get themselves back in shape and setting the example and feeling good about themselves, how to get them back out there as leaders in all aspects of their life. And the most important thing, to get them leading themselves, how to build resiliency in the civilian world and overcome the everyday adversity that, we all encounter that can be frustrating. But, figuring out how to navigate those waters, figure out how to speak civilian, and then figure out how to tell their story, but tell it in a way that it has purpose. Because the stories and the things that we learn in the military about ourselves, I meet a lot of these young veterans who, let's just say they were an infantryman, and they said, well, I don't really have any skills. I carried a gun. And that's so untrue, because even if you only served 4 years, but you served with an infantry unit for 4 years, you learn so much about leadership, about teamwork, about overcoming adversity, about setting a goal and following through to accomplish it. These are the things that people in the civilian world need, about how to work together, even though you may not like somebody, about how still to work together to accomplish what needs to get done. So those are the things that we want to teach them. And with the Overcome Academy, we then, once they they go through this, we teach them to speak. That jump event, Jim, that I spoke of, that now will be the final exercise in the Overcome Academy. So we'll have everybody jump together. And I have a lot of people say to me, man, why do you want to make people jump out of airplanes? And I'll tell you, it doesn't have anything to do with jumping out of an airplane. It has everything to do with confronting fear and pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. Because if you can stand on the end of a ramp at 13,000 feet and your heart's pounding in your chest and you're thinking to yourself, what the hell am I doing? But you do it. You step off that ramp into the great unknown, and you fall through the air, you get a parachute over your head, and you come down and land. There's so much confidence, and you're looking at your buddy and you're going, do you see what the hell I just did? And I tell them, I'm like, if you can do this, there's nothing else out there that you can't do, because in life, it's no different. Standing on the end of the ramp at 13,000 feet, it's no different standing there figuring out how you're going to go launch your own business, or how you're going to go speak to people, or getting in front of people and leading. All you got to do is get out there and do it. And that's what we need to see. And then what we want to do is get them in front of America's kids. I think the youth in this country right now need some real heroes. I think they need some real people to look up to that have been in the grinder and come out the other side and are leaders. And that's what we want to do. We want to get wounded warriors in front of them, talking about leadership and teamwork and overcoming adversity. And hey, guess what, kids? Life's not always fair. I didn't go into the military thinking I was going to get blown up or shot or see some horrific thing that causes me nightmares every night. But you know what? It happened. And now I'm driving forward and I'm dealing with it, but I'm still trying to find success in my life. Kids out there need to see that. That's reality. And that's what we want to do with the Overcome Academy. Get them in front of these kids, mentor these kids. And then every warrior will be sponsored by a business. And there's a mentorship aspect of that business sponsorship where that business is working directly with that warrior with their task and purpose, holding them accountable, coaching them, mentoring them. And the flip side of that coin, that warrior is learning how to speak civilian, working with business leaders who have found success in the civilian world. Did I blow your mind?
Oh no, I mean I think it's an excellent thing because you're right. When you go to transition from military life back into civilian life, it can be a rude awakening. All the way around, from just like you're accustomed to some liberties that you don't have in the civilian workplace that you did in the military, and you know there's good and bad both ways. But yeah, I think it's a great thing. It's more than what the military tries, you know, when they try to outbrief you and help you to reintegrate back into civilian life.
Yeah.
But you're right. I had a girlfriend. She was prior military, and she was looking at some government jobs, and there was a job about working with the barracks. I said, "You ought to apply for that." Well, I don't got no experience in it. I said, "Really? You know, you were a staff sergeant, and you didn't do health and welfare inspections and control keys, and you know, you got plenty of experience in it. Just the experience they're talking about in this job announcement. You got to realize that, you know, you didn't do that every day, but you have some experience in it. You have to look at some of the things you've done, and they're there. A lot of people just don't realize that those skills and job sets abilities are there, that you know, just have to get them worded out and think about what you've really done.
Yep, absolutely. And that's what we want to show these guys and gals, you know, that they have those skills and they can lead.
And I agree with you. I learned that at a young age. As I was taught that you always embrace your fears, and you know, hit them head on. And that's the only way you overcome them and move forward. It's hard to come out of your comfort zone, but that's where you grow, is outside of that.
Absolutely, 100%.
My co-host Pookie, he's been kind of quiet. Pookie, you got any
yeah,
questions you'd like to ask?
my brain is wrapping around this right now. My big question is, I know you talked about donations to your website and everything. Do you have like an active volunteer kind of thing? Like if people want to volunteer time, because like, you know, time is the most valuable resource we have.
Absolutely right. Yeah, we do. We are based out of the Chesapeake, Virginia area right now. So for a lot of our volunteers, we are having to utilize them in this area. As we grow, one of the great things with the Overcome Academy is we're going to have warriors coming from all across the country for that. And we're also looking for some, we're setting up some new volunteer opportunities where people can help us discover and vet other organizations. So if they know of an organization, they can take a look at it and make sure it meets our minimum requirements to become a partner. So Pookie, those are some of the things that we're looking for future volunteers. But yeah, I think last year, I was just reading our audit from last year, and we logged almost 700,000 hours, or we logged almost $700,000 in volunteer time. And we basically calculated that at minimum wage. So we said for every hour that we have a volunteer supporting the organization, if it was, if we paid them minimum wage, that would be worth $700,000.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
you said you're in the Chesapeake area. I'm right around. I live right around this area actually. So I'm like close to y'all. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, we're based right out of Chesapeake, Virginia.
So anyone in the nation that lives in the VA area like myself, you can go donate some time.
Yeah, and Pookie, you should come out to our Jumping for a Purpose event. It's out at Skydive Suffolk, September 30th.
I get freaked out on airplanes, man. I can't do it.
Well, you don't have to jump. Just come out and hang out with us. It's it's a great festival atmosphere. We have music and bands and food, and it's just fun to watch. You know, you don't have to set foot inside of an airplane.
Oh, okay.
So, and then we have that night we're having an after party. So we'll have a bonfire, and we'll have Young Veterans Brewing Company is a local brewery here. They're one of our sponsors. So they'll have started by an Army and a Navy veteran, and they've got phenomenal beer, and they've been a great supporter of ours. And I think we also, I may be putting my mouth before my horse here, but I think Crown Royal is coming in, and we're going to have some tasty beverages for everybody
wow.
over 21 also.
That's legit.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, man. We'd love to have you. I'd love to meet you in person. So.
There you go, Pookie. Go out there, get on that plane and jump.
I ain't jumping out of no plane.
You know, that's the funny thing about it. There are billions, what, 1 trillion people on the planet, and there are billions that would never jump out of a plane.
Yeah, I'm specifically one of those guys. I swore up and down I will never get in a helicopter ever again the rest of my life, and I'm sticking to it. And I don't like flying in airplanes either. So I mean, whatever.
Yeah, got to stick to your beliefs, man. It's all good. So, all right. What other questions do you guys have for me? Anything career wise?
I don't know. You may have answered the question already, and I know in the bio it talked about you when you were in the Bethesda Naval Hospital. You had a bright orange sign on your door.
Yeah.
Did it say anything?
It did. I mean, that sign got a lot of attention. I even got invited to the White House to meet President Bush because of that sign. And basically, it was right at the very beginning. I'd been in the hospital for maybe a week, and I had some people that came into my room. And as often happens when you're severely injured and you're on pain meds, sometimes you drift in and out of sleep. And I started to drift off a little bit while these people were in my room. And as I was drifting off, I think they started just talking about the condition that I was in and what a pity it was, how horrible it was. We send these young men and women off to war, and they come home all mangled like I was. And I heard it. And they left, and when my wife came back in, I was pretty angry about it, to be perfectly honest. And I wrote to her. I couldn't talk. I was wired shut and trached. And I wrote to her. I said, hey, never again is somebody going to come into my room feeling sorry for me, because I refuse to feel sorry for myself. And I wrote out this statement. You know, I didn't give it a whole lot of thought. I just wrote it out. And it said, attention to all who enter here. If you're coming in this room with sadness or sorrow, don't bother. The wounds that I received, I got in a job that I love, doing it for people that I love, defending the freedom of a country I deeply love. I'll make a full recovery. What is full? That is the absolute utmost physically I have the ability to recover. Then I'll push that about 20% further through sheer mental tenacity. This room you're about to enter is a room of fun, optimism, and intense rapid regrowth. If you're not prepared for that, go elsewhere. And we signed it, the management. And I told my wife, I said, hey, put this on the door. And I said, nobody's allowed into my room. I don't care. Doctor, nurse, corpsman, medic, visitor, doesn't matter. I was like, they're not allowed into this room until they read that and they say they understand it. And originally it was written on a regular white piece of paper. And sure enough, somebody came into my room a couple of days later, and they were a little teary-eyed. And I told my wife after that, I said, hey, I need a bigger sign. I said, can you go So, go to the exchange, go someplace, find me one of those great big fluorescent poster board pieces of paper. And I said, I'm going to write it on that. And that's what she did. And we transcribed it word for word, and we put that on the door to my room. And it took on a life of its own after that. A New York firefighter was at the hospital visiting, and he took a picture of it and posted it and blogged about it. And that picture and post went viral. It went everywhere. And, it's just, it's an amazing thing. I never really gave it much thought what that sign would do. I don't, it sure wasn't anything that I was like, hey, I'm going to write something to, make this incredible impact. It was really more of a statement just to motivate and inspire myself and, tell people that I wasn't going to tolerate their pity. But that sign has had such an impact now, across the military, and even, it's impacted hundreds of thousands of people. When I left and got out of the hospital, and I got to go meet President Bush, I asked him if he'd sign it. I took it with me, and I asked him if he'd sign it. And I then had it framed because I didn't feel like it was mine. I felt like it belonged to all of us wounded warriors. I felt like what I had written wasn't really mine. It was kind of the spirit of being a wounded warrior, of being a warrior that says, hey, I'm not going to feel sorry for myself. I'm going to focus on overcoming. And I think for anybody that's ever gone to the hospital and met some of our wounded warriors, the vast majority, probably 90%, are, they are focused on driving forward and getting better. And so many people I know are like, oh my God, I never want to go to the military hospital. I'm afraid, you got guys that are all banged up. But you get more out of it by going there because you meet these incredible young men and women who are just fired up and motivated. And that's what that sign represented. So I said, man, this really isn't mine. This shouldn't be in my house. This should go back to the hospital. So we had it framed, and we put all 4 service crests around it, and we put the Purple Heart at the top, and both the Afghanistan and Iraq campaign medals on each side. And I put the pictures of President Bush signing it, and I wrote a little message to wounded warriors that were going through, a little motivational message to them. And it now hangs in the center of the Wounded Ward at Walter Reed National Medical Center there in Bethesda. And to this day, I still get warriors who write me and say, wow, I can't tell you what your sign meant to me, how it motivated me as I was coming to and from surgeries. I've gotten letters from, distinguished VIPs, politicians, and even I've had a lot of civilians who are struggling with their own catastrophic injuries or going through cancer who have written me and said, wow, I can't tell you what your sign did to me. I printed it off and put it on my hospital door. So, what an amazing thing that sign has had, and the impact it's had to motivate and inspire not only me, but so many other wounded warriors and so many other civilians across this country. So if you ever go to Walter Reed to visit, anybody that's there, the Wounded Ward is on the 5th floor. I'm sorry, the 4th floor. It was on the 5th floor when I was there. They moved it to the 4th floor. But the sign hangs directly in the middle of the ward, right on the wall as you come in.
That's awesome. I mean, you just never know, what impact you're going to have for people around you for things you do. And I think it's awesome, that you done something to motivate yourself, but it's motivated hundreds and maybe even thousands of people at this point.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just like to say, we are talking here with Jason Redmond from Combat Wounded Coalition. Their webpage is combatwoundedcoalition.org. Like to go over there and check them out. If you're a combat wounded veteran who like to participate in their program, you can click on the link there and do that. If you're a civilian, a veteran, anybody wants to donate money or time, you can do that also. If you want something back for your money, you can go over and buy a T-shirt. They got
That's right.
over there.
Yeah, the Wounded Wear line. There's some awesome T-shirts. I mean, one of my favorites is the new JR Overcome T-shirt. So if you look at that shirt, it's got a skull on top of a kind of a tattered-looking American flag, and that skull was actually drawn by an artist friend, but it's actually taken from my CT scan when I was in the hospital. So it's kind of cool. That's one of our new T-shirts that I really like.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Yeah, on the back it says, "In honor of those who fought for freedom." I like that.
Yeah.
So head over to combatwoundedcoalition.org and check them out and support them. You know, donate some money. They got a monthly donation, an annual donation, a one-time donation. Just anything that you can do to help them out would greatly be appreciated. And it's going for a great cause.
Jim, thank you. Yeah, definitely.
I'm sorry I laughed. I hit the next page and there's a test over there for $1. So I don't know what you get for the test.
What kind of test is it?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you just click on it and it's to see if you can send money. Yeah, I was clicking to see what was on the page too, and I just caught a little humor out of it. I apologize.
That's funny. We'll have to check that out. So, yeah, guys, we're just plugging away. You know, plugging away, trying to make a difference, trying to impact so many of the veterans, specifically our combat veterans that are out there. Connect them to programs that can help them, help their families, and like I said, our future focus is on this Overcome Academy. Our goal is to run the new pilot program in February, and then run 2 full courses after that, probably looking at summer and fall of 2018, and then ramp that up to 4 courses in 2019 and 6 courses in 2020.
I'm just overwhelmed here, to be honest with you. It's just a great program. Now, do you do other events besides just making people paratroopers?
Those have been our main events. I mean, we do have some local events. We're actually doing an event on Labor Day. It's just we do a lot of little local events, and this is one of those where we're just inviting people out. Once again, we're working with Young Veterans Brewing Company, and it's a Labor Day cornhole tournament. So we're encouraging people who are in the area to come on out and just have a good time. We've got food trucks that are going to be there. We've got obviously the cornhole. We've got what are those things called where battle balls, you put those things on where you slam into each other,
All those are fun.
Yeah, we knocker balls, that's what they call it. So we've got knocker balls. We've got a great big blow up adult obstacle course, so that kids and adults can get on and have fun. And, it's just designed for people to come together and have a good time. And, of course, we got, if you're over 21, we got Young Veterans Company beer. And we're actually doing that event jointly with the Semper Fi Fund. So big shout out to Semper Fi Fund. They're doing a lot of good things out there for our Marine and Navy brethren. And so if you're in the Virginia Beach, Chesapeake area, it's right at our headquarters. And you're looking for something to do on Labor Day, come on out, check us out. And that's just going to be a fun event from 11 in the morning till 6 in the evening.
There you go, Pookie.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to see my availability, but I might try and make it out that way.
There you go. How's your cornhole skills?
Hopefully not as bad as my hand grenade skills, but I mean, yeah, whatever.
Well, that's okay. We won't have you throwing hand grenades out there. So
I would like to tell everybody that the phone lines are open if you'd like to try to call in, and if you have any questions you'd like to ask, 415-889-8367. That's 415-88-WTFNR. If you can spell better, you can cipher.
Call the show now at 415-889-8367.
See if anybody has any questions for us tonight.
All right.
In the meantime, I would again like to thank you for coming on tonight, but thank you for what you're doing for the veteran community.
Yeah, it's my honor, man. I feel blessed. I feel like I got a second chance. I got a lot of friends who are not with us, and this is how I'm trying to make the most of my second chance.
I think you're doing one hell of a job at it.
Well, thank you, Jim. Much appreciated.
Everything you're doing right now for the veteran community is amazing from what I'm hearing right now. And it's like my brain is like trying to process it all. I'm like having that mind blown kind of effect right now. Now, where? So Pookie, obviously you're here in Virginia. Jim, where are you at?
Well, that's a very debated and well sought after answer.
Oh, really? So it's kind of like people wonder where in the world is Jim Beam?
Yeah, one of my intros is from deep in the South, from an undisclosed location, from a bunker.
Okay.
There's a lot of people that have had questions about where Jim Beam is. I guess I'm like Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
But I was going to ask you. I know that you had authored a book. If someone wanted to purchase your book, where's the best place? Is it just Amazon.com, or do you sell that on your webpage, or if you'd like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I do. I do have a book, The Trident, The Forging and Reforging of a Navy SEAL Leader. It was vetted and approved by the Navy and the SEAL teams before I released it. And I'm pretty honored to say that in 2015, it was selected for the official Navy reading list. And that's it's a pretty big deal. The official Navy reading list, only once a year do they bring books onto that list. And the Chief of Naval Operations selects them, and it goes through the Naval War College. They agree that these books are a good representation of either leadership or military history or things that benefit the military, and then they become books that they encourage, leaders in the Navy to read. So yeah, my book was selected as one of only, I believe, 5 that were picked in 2015. So that was a real big honor. But it's just a book that follows my journey, the journey of leadership, those ups and downs that I talked about earlier in the show. From where I made those mistakes as a young leader and got myself in trouble and had to pull myself out of trouble. And some of that self-discovery and figuring things out, I figured out in Ranger School. So I talk about, going through Ranger School in the book, and then coming back and leading guys and figuring things out in Iraq, and then being severely wounded, and that whole journey. So that's really the path of the book. So it's got a little bit of everything. For those out there that are looking for some hardcore combat, that's in there. Those out there who are looking for leadership and resiliency, that's in there. And even for you ladies out there, it's got a love story in it because it follows the path of my amazing wife who, put up with all my shit over all the years and really helped put me back together after I got wounded. So yeah, you can get it. You can obviously get it on Amazon. And you also, I think most major bookstores will have it at least in paperback, or you can, if you'd like a signed hardcover copy, you can go to my website. My personal website is SOF, like Sierra Oscar Foxtrot spoken.com, or just type in Jason Redmond Navy SEAL, and you'll find my soft spoken site, and you can buy a signed copy. Make sure you write in the notes if you do this. Make sure you write in the notes if you want me to personalize it. If you want me to write it to either you or a friend of yours or anything like that. Because if you don't write that in there, then obviously I don't know who the book's going to. So I don't put your name on it or anything. I just sign them.
Yeah, I don't guess you're clairvoyant.
Nope, not yet.
Eventually, right?
Yeah, I'm still hoping. I'm still waiting.
I don't know if
my wife. Hey, my wife thinks she thinks I should be clairvoyant. I'm like, babe, you didn't tell me that. And she's like, you're supposed to be able to read my mind. And I'm like, nope, hasn't started yet.
I think most women feel that way too. I was going to tell you that I was amazed when you was talking about your book in the Navy, because I really thought sailors didn't know how to read.
There's a lot of pictures in it.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
It's a pop-up book.
Oh, that makes it easy for me then, because I'm a slow guy.
So it's for sailors and grunts.
Yeah, exactly. So don't worry, there aren't too many words that are bigger than 2 syllables. So,
well, I guess we've reached the top of the hour here. Pookie, did you have any more questions for Mr. Redmond?
No, but I would like to say you're like one of my new heroes now, man.
Hey, well, thank you. Much appreciated. I mean, I'm honored, obviously, to be on, and big shout out to you guys. Having a show that's getting the word out there to fellow veterans.
Well, we appreciate everything that you are doing also, and we thank you for coming on. As a matter of fact, I'd like to probably, I don't make any promises, but I'd like to probably, sometime we go out and do some remote location things, and that would be a good thing to come out and give it to you guys, and maybe do a remote one day.
Yeah, we'd love that. Definitely. I mean, have Amy reach out to me if that's something that you guys, have some time in your schedule, and we could take a look at what we can do.
Absolutely, would love it, and love for you to come back anytime that you would want to, and reporting progresses, changes, or just to come back and say hi. So appreciate you coming on, and I told Pookie earlier. I said I'm a little scared, man. I mean, we got this badass guy. He's coming on, and I don't know if I'll be able to talk to him. I'm scared to open my mouth. A lot of respect for you, sir, and just reading up on your bio before you come on, and you're one hell of a guy there.
Well, thank you. Blessed. That's what it comes down to, man. Blessed to get a second chance. That's what it's all about. So,
this country is blessed to have warriors such as yourself, like I said, a lot of us served military. I served, Pookie served, and but some people just go that extra mile. They're given opportunity, and like I said, I appreciate everything that you've done for a country and serving, and what you've done after service and helping the veteran community. Because a lot of guys out there that just sometimes they just need some place to go, somebody to talk to, something to do that's not normally readily available. And you got a good program going there.
Well, thank you. Well, thanks for helping to spread the word. So, all right, guys. Well, Pookie and Jim, great to be on your show tonight. And yeah, we'll see if we can do something again in the future.
Absolutely,
Definitely.
That would be great. If you don't mind, just stick around for a few minutes, and we'll go do a break here. And Mom, she likes to holler at you before you take off. And appreciate everybody tuning in, and we'll be back for the last hour of the show here. And here's a little something to think about while we're away.
I'm a regular American. Over the course of my 54 years, I've lived the sort of life that many of you have. I've been failed, I've been fallen. I've struggled and overcame and failed again. I've known hunger. I've enjoyed feast. I'm a street cop, an old soldier, a husband, a father, a Christian. I'm Irish and English and German. My story could be the tale of any American, regardless of color or creed, despite our own individual heritage and culture. All of us, every one of us, through our lives and by our family's history, has woven the thread that defines our flag, has dedicated life and limb and treasure to establish the nation we love. All of us, young, old, wealthy, poor, black, white, liberal, conservative, every single one of us, first and foremost, is an American. If you're listening to this message, and if you can agree on a basic premise I've just stated, then please lend me your ear for the next couple of minutes. If you can't even set aside your hate long enough to allow truth to speak to your heart, then by all means step aside, child, and let the adults work. America is a nation built by imperfect men, driven by perfect intent. We've overcome every imaginable horror through our history. Some of it, horrors of our own creation. This is the way of a man's life. My own is no exception, nor is yours. And thus, also, is the way of a nation's life. America has never been without fault, nor have we ever claimed such a status. America is, however, the very finest example of free men assembled that the world has ever established. American soldiers have died on every shore to preserve our nation intact. The sun never sets on American dedication to the foundational principle that defines our own Constitution, that all men are created equal. American citizens work tirelessly across the globe to bring relief to the poor, to bring peace to the besieged, to bring stability to the shaken, and to bring freedom to the oppressed. Yet now, our own nation is threatened. America is in grave peril from threat across the seas and also from within. The elected and appointed elitist few who have seized power in Washington have squandered our wealth, mortgaged our children's future, and betrayed our trust. America faces a $20 trillion debt. Even with courageous action now, our so-called leaders in D.C. have mortgaged our future for an entire generation yet unborn. Our once respected and feared status as the world's most powerful nation has been diminished. Our own allies across the globe no longer trust us. Our borders are no longer sovereign. Our cities are on fire. Our police are murdered in the street. Our history is being rewritten. Our veterans return to a nation almost unrecognizable and are forced to battle the oppression of their own government. Our prisons overflow with poor men who long ago paid their debt to society. Meanwhile, our nation is run by thieves in suits, career politicians that no longer represent we, the people. They represent strictly their own agenda, greed, and ravenous hunger for power. I've often said in my career as a cop that a man's character shouldn't be measured by how he falls. It should be measured by how he stands back up. And in many ways, our nation has fallen. Now I ask you to join me. I ask you to take the hand of your brother and sister of every creed as we magnify our strength by the power of our American spirit. I ask you to set aside our differences and stand together as one nation under God, to stand as one people beneath the glory of one flag, to stand as a nation reborn as we face perils both foreign and domestic. Together, we can stand this thing back up. Our finest hour can yet lay ahead. The threats we face are menacing and real, but an American nation standing as one is a force the world's evils cannot defeat, a force that career politicians fear, a force that every peril dreads, that foreign horrors like ISIS tremble before. You are that force. We are that force. America's not done. Real Americans are not defeated. We are strong. We are one. I'm Captain Clay Higgins, a simple man, a humble American man. From bended knee, I thank you for what you are. My brothers and sisters all, joined by the bond of our spirit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Support. Go to combatwoundedcoalition.org. Support the sacrifice that built America. Help our combat wounded warriors find pride, power, purpose, and peace.
This is Randy Couture, and you're listening to WTF Nation Radio.
That's right, Randy. This is WTF Nation Radio, and this is What the Fuck Wednesday. We are the voice of U.S. Army What the Fuck Moments. Our guest tonight had been Mr. Redmond from Combat Wounded Coalition, Navy SEAL, enlisted man for I think about 10 years or decade or so there, and then about another decade or so as an officer, and was wounded in 2007, and talked about his journey recovering and starting his I should say being the founder of Combat Wounded Coalition. Great organization. If you can find it in your heart, just head over to combatwoundedcoalition.org and donate and give a little back. If you're a wounded warrior and you're looking for some events to get into and do something a little different, hit them up. Go out, and if you haven't jumped out of a plane, or you have and you'd like to do it again, they offer that opportunity as well. And if you like, just you can head to Barnes and Noble, or here I'm gigging them. They were to pay us for this, or I guess you can go to man, I always forget that website where you buy all the stuff from. What's it called?
It's called the Amazon.
Amazon, yeah. Or you can head over to Jason Redmond's page. He said just type in Jason Redmond, Navy SEAL, and you should be able to find it that way. And you can purchase it there, and even have a signed copy and even personalized of his book, The Trident, The Forging and Reforging of the Navy SEAL Leader. Great stuff. I just about get choked up with some of these organizations we talk to because of the great things they're doing to help the veteran community, and it's always the veterans themselves that are giving back and starting these organizations, and they're doing it they're doing it from their heart. They're not doing it for financial gain. trying to get rich, make a lot of money. They're doing it because they felt, you know, you know, how can I say it? Like I said, you know, they're doing it from their heart. They feel a calling to do it to help continue to serve their fellow man, and that's what most of us serve the military. Of course, you can always say they, a lot of people in the military for a job or to get away from a little small town or get away from whatever. Or what, but I still believe in my heart of hearts, most people join the military out of patriotism and want to serve their fellow man. They have a belief, a core belief, and that doesn't stop when you become injured, wounded, or leave the military because it's just something that you have a calling for. And this is another example of a fine American who served his country, who has come out of the military and continue to serve his fellow Americans and veterans. So y'all head over there and check out combatwoundedcoalition.org and support them. That being said, I'm going to get my tissues out now. Didn't know I was so soft-hearted, did you, Pookie?
No, I didn't. I'm starting to see a different side of you right now.
That's what happens as you get older. But that's the way it is, man. But if you're out there on Facebook Live, we appreciate you tuning in. We have a show every night at 2000 hours. Sometimes it's maybe on Facebook Live, and sometimes it may not. You can always come to WTFNationRadio.com, join the live chat, and catch us there. You can also listen in on the Dolphin, the Puffin, or the TuneIn app. If you got a Android device, go over to Google Play and download WTF Nation Radio app. Listen to us on that. And there's a Facebook. You can go to Facebook, the Facebook page. You can go to our YouTube page. So there's a lot of options for you to participate. And I guess I need to get on this new thing, the mixer. I know that's been broadcast somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere
out there in the interwebs.
Who knows?
In the world of ether. But if you're on Facebook Live, we're going to kill that feed. You can come over to WTFNationRadio.com and join us there and watch and listen. We'll still be broadcasting there because I can play a little music, and we're limited with certain things. But hey, that's the way life is.
Damn, bro.
I didn't say nothing about that, man. You got anything here, Pookie?
No, everyone out in the nation is listening right now. Please don't do that. That's not good.
Did I lose you?
Am I here?
Get out behind that big tree.
Or maybe. I'm hiding out in the woods right now.
Look, now we got somebody calling in.
Always happens.
WTF Nation Radio, you're live on the air. Look, now we got somebody calling. Who are we speaking to? Oh, turn your radio off.
Always happens. Hello?
Hello? I guess they changed their mind.
Whatever. Oh, fun.
I know, man. It's like, the show's over and then they want to call. Oh, wait a minute. Let's try it again. WTF Nation Radio, you're live on the air. Who are we speaking with?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm on you guys' live show right now. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're live on the air.
Hey, my name. Oh, okay. Hey, my name is Cletus Johnson. How y'all doing?
How you doing, Mr. Johnson?
I'm doing good, man. How about you guys yourselves?
Oh, we're doing
today,
very, very, very good. Can you turn your radio down in the background or your computer or whatever you're listening to?
Oh, yeah, sorry there, guy. I'm on my computer right now. Hey, listen, man. I just wanted to call in and see what you guys were all doing with the whole Combat Wounded Coalition. What is this whole thing about? I'm not really quite understanding what's going on.
Well, they're a nonprofit organization. You can go over and check them out at combatwoundedcoalition.org, and that will tell you a lot about them there. But they're an organization that was, from my understanding, was founded to help fellow wounded veterans to reintegrate back into to the civilian life and to help them to understand that they have a lot to offer yet, and it's a good organization. That's my understanding.
Yeah, indeed.
Am I wrong, Poogie?
Well, yeah, I was kind of just curious about the whole organization you guys are doing. Well, here's my concern. I served back in Vietnam back in '69. I had a problem, and I got honorably discharged because I got wounded. Problem is, I'm trying to have people donate to my cause as well, because back in Vietnam, the Vietnamese, they tortured me, okay? So they tortured me. So the Vietnamese, they cut off my penis, and they exploded my testicles with firecrackers, and I got nothing left.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing left.
Well, what I can tell you is if you go to our Facebook page, or you can go over to WTFNationRadio.com and get in contact with our admin staff there, or leave us a message on Facebook. And if you want to tell them about your organization and what you're about, they'll vet you and give you some radio time. And I appreciate you calling in, and I hope that mangina works out for you.
Just go ahead and post.
So, like I said, get with the admin staff there, and they'll be more than glad to give you some airtime if you're deserving thereof.
Wow.
Exactly.
I feel kind of like bad inside now after that, but whatever.
Hey, like I said, sir, got an organization trying to do some good, and somebody wants to call in and clown around, or maybe not. I don't know, but either way, it's not the time or place to do such shenanigans.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm gonna take a little music break, so we'll be right back.
As the new world order takes us into the year 2000, the shadows of death cast over the sky, causing total destruction. As we transform day into night, darkness falls down upon us. We rise from the fog, uncomparable to any other form of life. Together we ride by night, unidentified, unseen, unknown. Yes, we are the pirates. Our mission is to destroy enemies by any means necessary, and those who interfere with prosecution for execution shall indeed be terminated and erased. Be gone. For we are the
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Hello? We're calling from the prosthetic center. We have your micro penis ready.
Good one there, guy. Bye.
From the basement of the Pentagon, this is WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
That smells like Bigfoot's dick.
Sometimes you gotta just know when it's time to say, suck a dick, Ice, you know?
Get the
Well, it's not my fault you chose to be a single mother.
Played Russian roulette with a gun in my mouth. I got punched so hard that my hair fell out. I got punched so hard that my hair fell out. Got punched so hard that my hair fell out. Got punched so hard that my hair fell out.
That's what's going to happen, Floyd Mayweather. That fight this Saturday. Somebody's going to get punched so hard their hair's going to fall out. It may be Conor McGregor.
I don't know. I think Conor McGregor got this shit.
I got punched so hard that my hair fell out in my mouth. Fell out so hard that my hair fell out. So hard that my hair fell out. I got punched so hard that my hair fell out.
Yes, sir. Come Saturday, we'll see what happens.
Somebody will be Ronda Rousey.
I'm already roused right now. Mom,
I'm looking at this picture.
Shh, don't tell everybody I sent it to you.
Oh, it was not that picture, some other picture.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
You'll have to go to the chat and look at it.
Now I'm curious.
See, curiosity got the cat. It's funny.
That's the wrong window. Oh, there we go.
No.
Can I blow it up where I can read it?
Do you need your reading spectacles?
Well, I had to blow it up here.
Jim.
The fuck is that for? Hey, Dad, the mailman dropped this off. Thank you, son. What does it say, Dad? Call me Jim. What's the front of the envelope say right there?
Daddy.
Does it say paternity test?
I don't know, but it's not. You're not my daddy. That's what it meant.
On the front of the envelope.
Yes, it says DNA test.
Oh, okay.
Damn. He went straight cool hearted with that. Just call me Jim.
That is too funny.
I love that. It said cyanide and happiness or whatever the hell it is. That shit's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of fights, didn't like one fighter just get like suspended or whatever because he pissed it?
Yeah, the UFC.
Yeah, pissed positive for steroids.
I mean, I honestly think
he probably just ate some chicken or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But they should get rid of that. Just let them roid the fuck up. Make it more entertaining fights.
Whoa. Up his roids. What the fuck are you talking about?
He passed. Well, I can't even talk right now. He tested positive for steroids. I said it was
okay. Yeah, I thought you were talking about something else. He's like up his roids.
Oh fuck. No. I don't fly that way, man.
Hey, I don't know. How would I know?
That's a good question.
Entertain the people, man. Come on.
What, me? I'm not a very entertaining
No.
person, man.
The other Pookie that's on here that spells his name Pokey.
Pokey. No. Like, what they need to do is they just need to say screw it and just let the dudes roid the hell out, and it would make a better fight. I think it'd be fun to watch two roided out motherfuckers beat the piss out of each other.
I'm wanting to see fucking Floyd Mayweather pop Conor McGregor couple 3 shots that rocks him a little bit, and then Conor forgets he's in a boxing match, and then fucking picks Floyd up, puts him in a rear naked chokehold, and fucking slams him to the fucking, you know what I mean? It puts him in an armbar submission hold or some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I'm calling that right now. I've been calling that for a while. The fight's gonna go like south. It's gonna like it's gonna be like, what was it, Tyson and what's his name? When he bit the dude's ear off.
Oh yeah, we had some earyoles.
Yeah, he bit his ear off. Like, not even in the first like round. You know, it was like a snap. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he did twice.
It's fucking nuts, dude.
The real deal Holyfield.
Yeah, Holyfield. That's it.
Yeah, I forget his first name. It was like Neanderthal or something like that.
It might be. I don't know.
I'm just kidding,
that fight happened when I was like 12 years old. So whatever.
Hey, I mean, you know what? Tyson was like, I was in prison, motherfucker. Oh, give me that ear.
That shit's just fucking nuts, though. No, I'm calling. I think McGregor's gonna fucking take that shit, man. I really do. Because, like, you get rocked, like, with fists all day long, but until you get rocked with a knee to the side of your head, you know, and he's a professional UFC fighter. He knows how to take a hit.
I'm not going to pay for this fucking fight to watch it. Now, the only way I would if they fucking up the ante and the winner gets to hammer Ronda Rousey right in the center of the ring. Now, I would pay to watch that.
I might pay to watch that. That might be interesting.
You never know. A guy might throw the fight. He might not want to hammer it.
I mean, I let her beat my ass.
I thought you said you wasn't into that.
I wasn't into that. I said not eat.
Oh.
I said beat, like whip my ass.
Okay.
So
you're not into the analingus?
No, I'm not Jay ready. Sorry.
You don't get your salad tossed?
Well, I love licking ass.
Nope. Definitely a big no on that one.
WTF Nation Radio, we are live on the air. Who are we speaking with? Hello, WTF Nation Radio,
Hi,
we're
guys.
live on the air. Who are we speaking with?
Hey, this is Falcon.
That's
All
what
right, if you guys are bored.
That's what I'm asking.
If you're bored, I got a question.
Well, I don't know who we talking with first.
This is Falcon.
Falcon? Just remember, before you say anything else, you're just the Falcon, and I'm the Falconeer. Go ahead.
Not the blue Falcon. That's different.
You blew the Falcon?
Well, just that one time, but I didn't think anybody else knew.
The Falcon knew. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, man. So you guys are bored. Here's my question for you.
I'm not bored. I'm just having a good time. Go ahead. What's your question?
Just to let's rattle a bird cage.
Look, man, how long does it take to ask the question? Spit it out. It's not.
I think I know.
All right, man.
It's not a dick. Spit it out.
All right, here you go. If all these little fuckers are out there at Area 51 talking about aliens, right? Now, keep in mind, our nearest fucking star out there is like 13 million light years away. These are light years.
That's
so if they
bullshit.
were looking at and seeing, they were still
Almost
seeing
bullshit.
fucking dinosaurs. They showed up here and went to Area 51? I don't think so. They were still seeing dinosaurs. If they actually traveled out here and saw this motherfucker, no, and saw us,
There
you go. There's your brain record.
No. See, what happened was they didn't fly out to Area 51. They flew here and crashed, and they were taken to Area 51. and they've been held.
I didn't talk about.
They've been held hostage and experimented on for all these years. Where do you think modern technology come from? Look at the movies; they tell you all this stuff.
They showed up looking for dinosaurs because that's what they could see. Light only travels so fast. They were 13 million light years away. They were looking at dinosaurs when they left.
So they were seeing into the future. Have you have you not watched?
No, they showed up and saw the future.
Have you not watched the what the fuck the Transformer movies and shit? They're telling
you know what? I can't bang you, man. If it was on TV, it's got to be true. I mean,
no, I'm just saying.
I've read the internet.
They're just trying
the
to
whole
tell
internet.
You. They're just trying to tell you, man. You think shit happens on the movies or that they make that shit up? All right, here's a good example. Okay, you ever watch Star Trek?
Oh yeah, religiously.
Okay,
yeah.
So back when it was James T. Kirk with William Shatner.
1966, 72 episodes? No.
Okay, but you've seen those episodes,
I actually
right?
just heard that someplace the other day.
But have you seen those episodes? I mean, they were on reruns for years.
For what I could take, yeah.
Okay, so in the 60s and 70s, these fuckers had a telecommunicator that they flipped open and talked to fuckers, okay? So the first cell phones...
You're going backwards, though.
No, I'm going forward now.
You're going...
Because if you look...
you're going backwards.
Look at the first cell phones.
Why do you think that design happened?
Because
it was somebody came up with this shit and they saw it on TV, and the guys that actually developed it, when
what I'm
they
trying
had
to
no
tell
other
you
thought,
is
they're
they
like,
had
hell,
the
you know what this phone used to do?
technology before the general public knew about it. The U.S. government had televisions 10 years before anybody knew that there were televisions. Come on, man. You think they just came out with TVs and figured out how to broadcast overnight?
I'm happy to hear it. We used to work for them, or I used to. I don't know if you still do or not, but we used to work for them. I'd like to know if they're 10 years ahead. I'm good at
this. They know all this shit that comes out, man. It's not nothing new.
But as far as the aliens, man, seriously, if it was, say we actually made a program where we could travel with that kind of speed and all that kind of dumb shit, and we look at a planet with any telescope we have up right now, it's still so many light years away. When we get there, it'll be how many million years later from the light that we perceived?
The closest star to the Earth is actually 4 light years away. So, yeah.
Well, okay, you're talking about the sun. No, I'm talking about an habitable planet.
Listen, Linda, listen. Okay, what it is
hit him with your purse, Nancy.
You never seen a little kid telling his mama, Linda, listen, Linda. Anyway, they're not really aliens.
I can almost feel you touching me. We're good.
They're not really aliens, man. They're angels. They're rogue angels.
Now, see, I'm an atheist, and I have a hard time believing that everything we've ever seen and done, and look out there and go, we're the only
what you choose to eat.
Life
that's up to you.
That exists. Are you kidding me? Come on now.
I mean, I'm fine if you don't want to eat meat, okay? But it's rogue angels. It's rogue angels.
There's no right answer to that, man.
Well, you said you was atheist. Anyway,
angels, but if I say no, I love eating meat. What the fuck?
The rogue angels, they come down to the earth. You know what I mean? So so that's what it is. It's not aliens. They're rogue angels.
I wouldn't dare step into the whole religion, but we ain't doing that. But
no, we shouldn't.
I mean, seriously,
but for all
if
you know,
look out there and
the
go,
angels
hey,
are really aliens.
We're the only intelligent life that exists as far as we can see. You're a damn fool.
Well,
we're the only time that long chain proteins ever fucking hooked together and started getting better. Come on now.
I'm starting to doubt my intelligence now because I lost track when you said protein because I was thinking about a fucking steak.
Long chain proteins. It was actually, as stupid as it sounds, we kind of came from rocks, but I mean we didn't. But
yeah, now I'm starting to doubt your intelligence.
That's the short story.
You either evolved from a monkey or you're some amoeba that crawled up out of the ocean and and become man, or you
evolution happened? Yeah, I'm talking long before that.
You was created by some stellar being or
Good.
a higher being.
Sorry, I just literally sat down on the couch and had a guitar fall on my fucking head. That will make you taste pennies.
There you go.
Seriously,
See, that's like
scared the dog shit out of me.
That's like your pre-warning to getting struck by lightning. Start eating meat, man.
Oh, that's fucked up. I was just now standing outside watching lightning earlier. I mean, like not half hour ago.
Start eating meat, brother, before you get struck by lightning.
Bacon is good.
I just wanted to make conversation and fuck everything up. You guys talk about MMA and some dude on Tesla. Who the fuck cares?
About
Start
what?
Getting bored.
Oh no! Some asshole called in and said he got his dick chopped off Vietnam. And they stuck firecrackers in his testicles.
Exactly, and I wanted to do better.
I know. I'm just like, but hey, we got a hold of the people over. We got a hold of his doctor over there, and they let him know that they had his micro penis prosthetic.
They brought him a little clear cup and a drink of water to take him with.
So got him a thimble so he can attach it.
That, and after hearing that they always call in at the end of the fucking show, man, we're all either veterans or active. Everybody's going to get drunk enough to fucking call the radio station at some fucking point in time. It's going to be later.
Oh, yeah. It's usually later. But, hey, it's fine.
We
can deal with it.
Hey, here I am.
So are you a music hater also?
No, I play guitar, piano. I don't like rap.
Hey! Look, as long as you don't try to play, as long as you don't try to play my organ, we're okay.
Well, there's tulips on the piano and roses on an organ, but or other way around.
Had that backwards.
Damn, that feels working great.
That was a line from the television series Saint Elsewhere.
I'm sorry, say again.
That was a line from the television series Saint Elsewhere. Back in the day when they,
I remember Saint Elsewhere, but was it really?
Yes, that was back in the days of censorship, and they, now they just say fuck and everything else on there. But back in those days, you couldn't say stuff. So they had a lot of innuendos,
No shit.
Yeah. He showed up with some
Saint Elsewhere. Oh God, now I can hear there's a fucking theme song off of it.
Yeah. It's good shit, man.
With the little cop cars in the city and
they even did that shit back in the 50s. Like on Leave It to Beaver. His mom was like, "Where'd you just a little rough on the beaver last night?"
Seriously, my junk is wrinkling up fucking worse than it has ever been. Quit making me feel old here, remembering this shit. Good God.
And then, of course, then the 60s come along, then you had Spock and Captain Kirk. Are you out of your Vulcan mind?
No, we had Barney Miller.
I'm talking about the innuendos they threw there. He said, he told me, Spock, are you out of your fucking mind? That's how they get away with that stuff.
The only question about Star Trek that I ever really appreciated was, old Spock, he's fucking everything on every different planet, every galaxy, and all this stuff. And you go,
that was Captain Kirk.
What makes all their genitalia in the same fucking places? You go and shake somebody's hand and knock them up, or
well, they addressed that in the movies when they made the movies.
Yeah, I remember
because Kirk kicked the guy
in the kneecap.
Yeah, Captain Kirk kicked the guy in the knees, and that's when the other aliens said, well, not everybody's genitalia. Or
it was a lot funnier in Futurama.
So,
but yeah, I mean, what? Come on. Person, please fix a radio broadcast for Mixer. Hey, Mixer's having issues.
Fix the Mixer.
Yeah, actually, mine's buffering too.
Man, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I have like a corporate connection at the house, so if mine's buffering, something's going on.
I got you.
You guys Skyping with each other again?
No, we're actually we got our Chatterbait channel going, and
something.
That's probably,
I know
taking up a little bit for the bandwidth.
Generally, any connection you get at the house, you're going to get 10 to 20 times down from what you can up. But you guys are broadcast or pushing out. Your upstream is not holding up to the deal.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably my end. Get off the Xbox.
Hang up the phone. Sorry, I'm older than you.
Hang on a minute. I got to holler at my daughter. Get off chat your bait.
Oh, that's so fucking disturbing. Fuck.
She could be scratching her head trying to figure out what the fuck you were talking about.
Get off of it.
That ain't what she's scratching.
Oh damn, dude!
You got to.
She tried to tell me she wasn't on, but she's trying to tell me she's not on there. But I'm watching her on her channel right now. Come on.
There's your next train of your discussion. Girls are just as bad as guys.
Absolutely, man. We talked about
They
this
talk
earlier,
about it
man.
different. They handle it different.
I just lost a new girlfriend. I mean, shit,
That's called a one-night stand.
No, it wasn't a one-night stand.
Losing a new girlfriend, that's a one-night stand.
No. We went out 5 times, and after the third date, we hooked up, and I think she was disturbed by when I bit her lip and choked her during sex. I don't think she liked it.
You sure it wasn't the size?
No.
Did you give her the Happy Meal or
everything was fine? What? No, chicken McNuggets, man. I don't go all out.
Damn.
It ain't always tab A. Sometimes it's slot B, dude. Your Happy Meal doesn't always fit together.
I understand. I'm just saying, when a bitch wakes up from you, choking her out during sex and grabs her clothes and calls you a son of a bitch and leaves, I mean, that's not a good sign.
Well, it depends on if you plan on her waking up or not.
Yeah, the way it worked out, it probably should have been, I probably should have went and dug a hole. You ever seen Casino?
Oh, that's that forward planning. See, that makes you serial. I just wanted to be crazy.
I'm just saying. I mean, I learned that from Casino because that's what that's what Joe Pesci said in the movie.
Not a casino.
Yeah, he said you have to go out. What? He says you got to go out and dig the hole first, and then take the person to the hole. He said because if you take them out in the desert, you kill them, and then you're digging the hole. Some other cocksucker shows up, and the next thing you know, you're digging holes all night.
Man, what state do you live in?
The state of confusion.
No. What actual physical United States? What state are you in?
Yes.
Is that confidential information?
Yes. The United States. I live in the United States. Here. Let me help you out.
There's no desert around a bearing shit.
Now we're gonna do some real rocking.
Fast, funky, and furious, and in full effect.
Sure, you see, Julie and I have a very open... Music, please.
Soul, funk, hip-hop, and house.
Roger, copy.
Stand by for all
I'm
of this.
sorry, if you're going to call in, you need to turn down your radio.
Hang on a minute.
You got a beat for me?
This one's explosive.
Broadcasting live from deep in the south, from an undisclosed location, DJ Static.
There you go. Does that answer your question?
What? So
Okay.
let's start out. I was artillery for one thing.
Huh?
And I'm on a cell phone for the other. What the fuck was that?
I'm sorry.
I'm going to get in kids off Facebook for talking on the phone.
I'm not really.
This is Idaho, ain't it?
Idaho?
Yeah, hell yes it is.
I'm
in Idaho right now. Hell, I told you I was Falcon. What kind of detective you got to be? You have to buy a hat and come back?
Yeah, he's the Blue Falcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Twin Falls, Idaho.
Surprise,
That's where I'm at right now.
Well, I love licking ass.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I want me some glory hole.
Well, I'm not scared you figure out where I'm at. What are you going to do? Come see me?
Hell yeah, partner.
What are we gonna do? Go find better bars?
Some
I
tequila.
don't know what to
I
do
don't know,
now.
man. Pookie might look at you and say, "You sure have a pretty mouth."
I actually had a
Or
girl
have
tell me.
pretty mouth.
You know what?
Go ahead and take them panties.
I actually had a.
Go ahead and take them panties
Never
off
mind.
too. Oh, you actually had somebody
How did
tell you
know? It was hot that day. Shut up.
It was laundry day. You said.
Stand by. What? Oh,
Oh no, pay. I think
Man,
I think
either-
it's I think Joseph. Is that the guy on the East Coast who's got the fucking go karts? They wants a sticker to put on it.
That's Franco.
Say again.
Good night, Mom.
Night, guys.
Good
I'm gonna go
night.
get some rest.
Oh crap! Mom's on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I've
on.
been feeling
I just
all
be
kinds of-
quiet.
Mom's not feeling well. She's got strep throat.
No, I don't have strep throat. Well, I'll be close.
You got just a
respiratory infection.
Sinus infection, respiratory infection.
Yeah, it's all the same thing, I guess. Whatever.
I guess it's better than strep
Semantics.
throat.
Yeah, it is better than strep throat. That sucks.
Well, that's how you get strep throat. But anyway.
All right, fellas, y'all have a good night.
All righty. We've
you
already
too,
had a
Nation.
great night.
Right.
I guess I'm done here too.
Thanks to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I said all that in front of Mom. I guess I need to. Yeah.
Say what, huh?
Damn.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Oh, she leaned on the mic. Either way, don't matter. Tequila's working just fine. Y'all have a good night.
Oh, you're done? I thought you was going to give us a lesson on the amoeba and the dinosaur and the aliens.
Well, I could.
What
You wouldn't
about
understand it, but I could.
what about when the sun got blocked out yesterday?
Oh no, that was a racist thing. See, that's totally different.
I don't know. I mean, I
Yeah.
kept telling everybody that
Yeah.
they were supposed to sacrifice a 20-year-old virgin, but we couldn't find one. Female.
Oh,
I got to put that caveat in there because I mean, we could have went down to the Barnes and Noble and found plenty of 20-year-old virgin dudes.
Did you look on Amazon?
No, actually, I put a ad on Craigslist and nobody responded.
No, the FBI will be there shortly. Just
No,
stay where you
they're
are.
they're of
and
age.
please
20-year-old virgin.
turn on whatever lights you have available.
No, I mean it was very respectful. The impending eclipse. 20-year-old virgin needed for totality.
Oh, damn. And I'm in Idaho. I actually have a volcano handy.
Yeah, so just never know. Oh, so you got a good look at it then. Idaho.
You said den.
Didn't Idaho have den? You know what
Man,
I'm
I'm
saying?
in Idaho. It doesn't mean that's where I grew up.
No, I thought Idaho had a good look at the eclipse.
Oh, yeah, it was kick-ass here. Well, as exciting as the eclipse can be. So fucking tired of hearing about it.
I couldn't see it. It was too bright. I thought it would be a little darker. I mean, eclipse.
Quit being a pussy. Quit blinking.
Look,
Just
man,
stare directly into the sun.
I did. What do you think I'm sitting here with these glasses on now? Look, I'll tell you what happened was I should have known when I
Why do you
when I
think
bought.
I'm doing a radio show instead of YouTube?
I should have known when I bought from a street vendor a pair of flimsy little glasses, and one lens was red and one lens was green, that they wasn't the proper ones for looking at the eclipse.
No, they're good. They're ISO rated. 12312-11 or 12, where the fuck it is. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, and you can stare into the sun with those any day. It doesn't matter.
I'm sitting here in the dark. I can't read the writing on these son of a bitches. Please return after viewing the 3D movie. Well, fuck.
Man, Max.
I got taken. I was like, fuck, man, if I'd had enough foresight and thought about it, man, motherfuckers were selling these fucking throwaway fucking glasses for $5-10 a pair.
If you bought discount Eclipse glasses, just own up to where you're going. Go see your boy.
Oh, I got mine free. What are you talking about?
I bought my glasses for 50 cents. What are you guys thinking? Ow!
Oh, welder's goggles.
Wait. Say again?
I said welder's goggles.
Exactly. Put your welding hood on.
I just went out to bullshit.
No, I just went down to
I went down
to the AT&T store because I was like, hey, my fucking phone's fucking up. There's got to be some kind of solar flares or something fucking my phone up because of this fucking damn eclipse that's coming. And they gave me these fucking damn eclipse glasses, and my phone started working.
You still wearing them?
No. I put them over the camera part of the phone.
I'm sorry. What did you say? What?
They took the you know where your camera on your phone is, where you take pictures.
I'm sorry. Say again.
Go fuck yourself.
Well, hell, this has been good fun, but
we appreciate you tuning in.
Well, and I do all the time. I'm just usually the raging asshole. I'm the sphincter of. I don't want to say fire because that reminds me of Korea. And that was I don't want to talk about it
speaker's
right
on
now.
fire. You got the Ben Gates to the preparation H, man.
Yeah, I read the directions wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I just started speaking clearly again last week.
Yeah, it's not toothpaste either.
It turns out, wait, toothpaste. Oh, no, I don't do all that.
Yeah, you know. Effort is not for
What do you
hemorrhoids and preparation H is not for your dentures.
Oh, you're one of them folks that goes brushing on them. Yeah, no. You don't take that good stuff your body makes off your teeth. See,
Well,
now,
John, you
now
know,
your body knows what it's doing. Don't go brushing that off.
Johnny Cash sung
protecting your
about
tooth.
hemorrhoids. You ever heard the song Ring
It's
of Fire?
protecting your tooth. Now, yeah, now
I got
what are we
news for you,
talking
man.
about now?
I just went and had my teeth
I
cleaned
can
last
whistle.
week, so you can go
I
fuck
can
yourself.
whistle loud enough. My daddy comes back. It don't matter. He's cooling out there. Hell, he had to be 3/4 mile. I brushed my teeth with that, and he heard me. He come back running.
You just brush that one tooth.
Y'all have a good night.
I will see you later, man. Yeah.
All right, brother.
I take good care of my teeth, man. I just had them cleaned last week. Damn near.
I haven't been to the dentist in forever, man.
I almost didn't get them out of the jar, but hey, you know. I'm just teasing.
Damn, it's getting that time, ain't it?
It's been time, man. But you know what? There is no clock to stamp. I mean, hell, I might as well work overtime everywhere. You know.
Oh yeah, working that overtime, making that money.
Yeah. Make that invoice a little expensive more. You know.
I want me some glory hole.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's what you get right there. Depends on which side. Depends on what side of the glory hole you got to be on, though.
Exactly.
Hey, you know what they say? Sometimes you're the statue, and sometimes you're the bird.
That's the first time I've heard that, but all right.
That's some deep philosophical shit there.
Philosophy shit.
Yeah, philanthropy.
Philo, whatever. Jello.
Falafel.
Falafels.
Falafel.
Oh wow.
Oh man. Just one of them nights, man. Everybody having a good time out there. The lines open 415-889-8367. I took my sleepy pill and powered through the sleepiness, so now I'm fucking wide awake. But I feel high. You ever do that? You feel
smoke weed every day.
Oh yeah.
Oh well. I kind of know the feeling sometimes.
DD 214 is required.
Definitely.
Hey man, I bought my lottery ticket, man. The lottery ticket is like what, $700-800 million?
Something like that now. Shit, I don't know what it was last time I saw. It was 650 million, but every time someone pays into it, you know, like it goes up. So I don't know.
Pookie, what are you gonna do if you win the lottery?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Damn, you got me on the spot, man.
If you won all the money, what would you do with it?
Bunch of hookers and cocaine.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no.
Hell no.
Hell yes.
You win that kind of money, you'll have fucking supermodels. What the fuck are you talking about? You worry about no fucking hookers. Well, you know, I don't know. I call all women hookers, you know, so I should say even prostitutes.
High class hookers.
Yeah. I had to go get Maddie one time. I called her a whore. She's like, I don't fuck for money. I said, no, that's a prostitute. I said, you're a whore.
Yeah, exactly.
Prostitute that fucks for money, you're a whore. You just fuck.
I don't know.
Everybody.
$650 million, I'd be banging goddamn porn stars and shit.
Why? You'd have fucking damn, I'm just telling you, man, you'd have fucking damn fucking supermodels and shit on you. You know what I mean? Look at Donald Trump.
Exactly.
Look at Trump.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a Melina, is that her name? I don't find her that attractive. But his daughter, on the other hand,
well, she was younger. Well, shit, well, she was younger. You know, I mean, you're looking at her now. She's got a little older. If he, you know, as soon as he gets out of White House, he's probably going to trade her in.
The 20-year trade-in program.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I would be. Let me win the $700 million. See what happens. I need to check my tickets, man. I may be a millionaire right now.
Oh, they just drawed too. Not even like an hour ago, I think. Right?
That's what I'm saying. I may be sitting here fucking so fucking rich, man. I'm going to buy me a yacht.
It floats back to you. Soon we'll be making another run. The Love Boat promises something for everyone.
There you go. Get you a yacht, just dock it.
I had a job and a piece of land. My sweet wife was my best friend, but I traded that for cocaine and a whore.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
Oh shit. Yeah, I guess I don't know what the hell's going on here. I would be. Let me win the $700 million. Yeah, people talking about a delay. I'm sitting there listening to it. It's not that big of a delay. Nah, just their internet sucks. They're trying to blame it on us.
always trying to point the finger somewhere when it's your own fault.
That's right. How about some music, man? We're gonna put some right here, man. This is a little song from a group called the Steel Panther, and I think it's I don't know what they're talking about, but it says it won't suck itself.
Is in the house.
Step inside, walk this way, you and me.
Goodbye.
Man, he's gonna say goodbye to the whole goddamn country, man.
Of everything that stirs the air. Goodbye! Okay, I'm good. No safety or surprise the air.
Okay, lady, I love you. Bye-bye.
I'll never look into your eyes again.
Good night. God bless you. And don't forget to wear a rubber.
Hang that shit up.